It's Time Warner Cable's local edition. I'm Brad Pomerance, and we're joined today by Amy Gorton. She is a spokesperson with the Melanoma Research Foundation. Sadly, I know about melanoma. My family has lost individuals to melanoma. I myself have survived not melanoma, but another skin cancer, a very low-level skin cancer, but nonetheless skin cancer. I want to ask you in our most basic matter, what is melanoma?
So melanoma is the deadliest form of skin cancer. And but it's not just found on the skin. People find melanoma under their fingernails, between their toes, in their eyes, even in their genitals.
Right, right. And what is the Research Foundation doing to combat this form of skin cancer, which is just so devastating and, like you said, can be so very lethal?
So the Melanoma Research Foundation is the largest nonprofit organization that supports melanoma. And it's not just funding research, but it's also education about what melanoma is and options for diagnosis and treatment, and also advocacy for people who are living with melanoma.
And let's talk about how one contracts melanoma, because there are a lot of misnomers and confusion about how one gets skin cancer and the various types of skin cancer. What can you tell us specifically about melanoma?
Well, melanoma is, they want to say 90% of the cases are avoidable, and they're directly from sunlight and exposure to UV light.
Really?
Yes, so, and that's not just sunlight, but it's also tanning beds.
Right.
And we want to make it that it's no longer attractive to be tan, because until we can get that stigma out of the world, people will continue to
I feel
lay
like
in the
we're
sun.
getting there. I really do. I mean, I think about when I was a kid. I mean, the golden brown was beautiful, and now you look at the magazines, and many of the models are not. I mean, they are a nice, fair, Northern European complected skin tone. But what about those of us, including myself, who were sun worshipers? Anything we can do as we look toward advancing age?
Well, the most important thing to do is to get skin checks.
Right.
And so the doctor just will look at the different, your skin, different growth, different moles, and they can diagnose anything, and early treatment is really the most important thing.
And I must tell you, I mentioned to you earlier, I have a relative who I looked at a mole on her leg, and it looked like a mole on a mole, and sure enough, the mole on the mole was melanoma. But because, I mean, I'm no genius, but because she went in early, they excised a larger portion, and no chemo, no radiation, it's over. That was 15 years ago. So literally, early detection is pivotal.
Early detection is key, and then also we have some suggestions you can find on melanoma.org, the website, about how to stay sun safe. So things like stay in the shade, avoid direct sunlight between the peak hours of 10 and 4. Also wear a hat, sunglasses, protective clothing.
Of course, the SPF sunscreens are helpful, 30 and above.
30 and above.
Today, as we speak, there is the Miles for Melanoma 5K run walk at Universal Studios. Tell us about it.
So this is
happening as we speak.
This is the 5th annual Miles for Melanoma at Universal Studios, and participants run and walk the back lot. And so we have not just avid runners, but the melanoma community is out there. And over the past 5 years, we've raised more than $1 million for the Melanoma Research Foundation through this race. And Miles for Melanoma is a program that goes on around the country. There are 30 different cities that host these 5K fun runs.
I want to thank you for what you're doing. If you want to learn more about the organization, go to melanoma.org. She is Amy Gorton. She is a spokesperson for the Melanoma Research Foundation. My name is Brad Pomerance. Stay out of the sun. This is Time Warner Cable's local edition.